I don't know why my camera seems messed up. I'm gonna try to clean you off a little bit. Alright. That looks a bit better. I guess it was just smudged a little bit. We currently have the door open, but we're gonna get that bad boy closed. First thing we got are back squats that we did not decide or decided not to do yesterday. So I'm going to be doing them today, which means I'm going to find my alternative or my old phone. I've been letting my phone that I'm doing this live stream on charge, so I've been while that was happening. So I was stretching and stuff, sitting in a squat, just moving around and trying to warm up a little bit before I came out here. So I have actually gotten decently warm and have moved around a little bit. So productive in that regard, which is good. Normally I just get really lazy, so I did wait a little bit, but it happens. So we are going to throw the knee sleeves on right away, just so we don't have to worry about getting them off and on. We'll fix the Browns hat. Make sure you can see my trash team directly lined up with my head. But the goal today is to get up to 220 in the back squat for a single, and then drop down to do sets with 150. Should feel pretty good today. Is at least warming up, stretching and stuff. Nothing was really achy, which is a good sign. And obviously didn't go berserk with the squats yesterday. So should be able to go pretty hard. And it's the first exercise I'm doing, which always makes it easier to do versus doing it after other exercises. So I do have that positive. After squats, push presses from the blocks, behind the neck jerks from the blocks, 3 more weeks of behind the neck jerks, and then or maybe we do regular jerks. Maybe it's better to start that earlier, but actually I'll do them this week, and then I think probably next week we'll just do regular. So from the front rack, and then continue that through the last 3 weeks, and then the in the last 3 weeks of the block. So the next 3, and then the 3 after that. So for the next 6, but really it's 2 different weeks, 3-week blocks. That will be pretty drastically different. But pretty confident that I'll be able to squat pretty well today. And if everything is feeling fantastic, which I think 220 for a single is going to be where I stop, but if it feels like crazy, then we might try to do it for a double or a triple. But if everything feels really good, I might try a little bit more, but I don't really know. So all I really know is I got my knee sleeves on, I have my dance shoes on, which is important, and we're going to do the bar. So I have procrastinated enough. But with this kind of session, appreciate it. And this kind of session, it's always nice to do at the house because of the blocks for the overhead stuff, because the blocks at the gym are really good for low block stuff, but it's not as good for the high block stuff, for like jerks and push presses and stuff. But we're going to get the I don't even know. I don't even know what that says, but all right, this turned on. So this is nice because of music I can listen to on my old phone, which has a cracked screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. It doesn't really show it very well, but the screen's all messed up, which is why I got this one. So phone still works, just doesn't have a SIM card or anything. So it has to have Wi-Fi to get stuff on it. But it does work because then I can have that main one for live streams and stuff. It obviously works better. And just have this one for music, which is nice. Oh, love from Canada. I thought you were saying that I love. You're saying I love being from. Like you're saying I'm from Canada. I appreciate it. There's not a lot of things I'm accused of. Being Canadian's usually not one. Pretty pretty adjacent. Let's get ready for some squats. So I'm just getting my music set up and then do the bar, and then probably get up to 220. So if you're Canadian, you might know metric, so I don't have to convert to kilograms for you. But I'm gonna go to 220 in the back squat, maybe a little bit more. Kind of depends on the warm up sets, and um, you hate kgs. Well, for Olympic weightlifting, it's a lot easier to do kgs, but this but the pounds are normal and natural for me to know. Um, Obviously, kilograms are nice because they're just better numbers. 220 kilograms, so 484 in pounds. If I do a little bit more, we'll see. 230 would probably be a little bit too much for the day. Really, at this point, I think it's probably like in theory possible, but I'd rather do 220 or 225 and then try to do that for multiple reps than to try to go up to 230 for a single. If I did 230 for yeah, but yeah, it should be pretty manageable. And then some push presses and behind the neck jerks from the blocks. So I'll set those up after. But yeah, up to 220 and then some volume after on drop sets. So we're gonna move the bar a little bit. It should already be pretty warm, but you never know how the legs feel until you really start moving, which means doing la bar. We'll do some barbell stretching. Wish I could really spin the bar more, but I've kind of hit everything around me. But another good morning. Oh, that's what's nice with the barbell. This feels so fantastic to do. Just let it roll on your trap a little bit. I suppose if you don't have enough muscle there, it probably doesn't feel very good, but I thankfully have a little bit there. All right, one more dose. Not too bad. Yeah, the key is like I rotate it kind of like at a 45-degree angle, and I'm trying to hit like that big muscle. So you kind of don't want to have it like super high or super low necessarily. You're just trying to like literally like that part of your trap, the meat of it. Um, Always feels nice. But cool. So we're gonna get 70 on there. Do that for a couple reps and see how that feels. 70 to 120, 170, 200, 220. Then 150. All right. I guess I shouldn't, at this point in my life, I should be a Bengals fan, but closer to the Bengals than the Browns. But it's only 70 kilos. It's gonna be 120 now. 70, 120. Yeah, kilos. No, I don't play kids games. I am in fact not a child. Oh, we're gonna do 120 again. Warm up a bit more. I mean, Olympic weightlifting is already metric, so if it's not weightlifting, I don't really care about the metric system. Oh, but you don't have to be sorry. I'm just I'm an adult. I'm not gonna play, Minecraft or something that's designed for little kids. I just think I assume Roblox is like it's the same thing as Minecraft, but I don't know. Never played either. I don't even know what that means, Vic. Air Force Marathon? That sounds terrible. Running a marathon? Oh. I can't imagine doing something miserable like running for 4 hours or 3. For me, probably it'd be like 7. Although I wouldn't run that full time, I would just quit. Ugh. I'd run a mile and stop. Running 26.2 miles sounds pretty horrendous. I don't know what you're saying, Vic, but yeah, I ain't no marathon runner. Yeah, and you're just speaking gibberish. Tuesdays in Kazakhstan. I do have someone speaking, I think, a foreign language in here, so. I still don't know. He's trying so hard to say a coherent sentence, it's just not working. I have no idea. If you're talking about like a YouTuber or something, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're speaking nonsense right now. But yeah. Well, I'm trying to get up to this. I'm doing the squats I didn't do yesterday. Sucks you're still working it. At least my time zone, it's 7 o'clock. Ugh. Thanks, Vic. I don't know what you were trying to tell me earlier, but you tried your hardest. Mountain time. So what is that? Is that full 3 hours or is that 2? I don't know what the cutoff is for like California time. Where's the clip? Gotta find my other clip. They're hiding. So 2. I thought there was one more besides that. Yeah, it makes grad school kind of funny because Arkansas is in the central time zone, so they're an hour behind. So all my assignments I have to really pay attention because I'll see like it's due 3:31, but really it's Sunday the 30th or whatever because it's 1 a.m. the 31st. Hasn't messed me up yet, thankfully, but I just have to. I've seen it enough times now where I know to look for like the day before it's due, unless I want to stay up till 1 a.m. doing something, which I don't. Not on a school night. My goodness, I can't think of something more miserable than staying up till 1 a.m. and then trying to teach. Alrighty, so this is 200. 200. Oh. All right. I always feel slower than it probably actually was. Well, that's just because, I go from 170 up. It wasn't super fast, but we'll get 220 for sure. All right. Most likely a single. If for some reason it feels really good, we go crazy. 220 kilos, so 44 for probably one. Not really too worried about going too crazy. We still got what, 7 weeks. So this would be a good weight to hit. Yeah, kilograms. Yeah. All right. Make sure this one moves. Nice. Yeah. Ah. very slow. Ugh. You came to the corn cover version of, or the part of my training where I try to cover the second part of the corn freak on a leash for 25 minutes. That was 220, so definitely didn't have two in there. How old am I? I'm 112. I found the fountain of youth, so I don't age anymore. But, whew. So 220. Now we're gonna drop down and do probably, honestly, we'll see. I booked 150 for 3x10, so we're definitely do the first set there. But do kind of the squat progression I talked about in that video for you, Reed. But probably not 2 weeks of each one. So probably 10s, 8s, 5s, probably 1 week of each. Actually sounds like the normal progression. And then maybe probably stay around triples, not necessarily worried about hitting a 1 rep max, but doing heavy singles like this probably be good, closer to the meet. But this is kind of not necessarily a benchmark, but it just gives me a good idea of like what a heavy single is going to feel like right now, I guess. And with gives me confidence because it didn't like aggravate my knee or anything. So I felt a little bit on 200, maybe a little anxious to go up, but it wasn't anything. Actually felt better on the 220 than on the earlier rep. So by the transitive property of heavier weight, I guess it feels like my knee's chilling. So that part is good. Get all this crappy weight out of my way. Then after the squatters, then we're gonna do push pressers, and then behind the neck jerkers, and then calisthenics and cartwheels, while I cover the Freak on a Leash by Korn in acapella. So a lot to look forward to. lot to do today. What's nice about like a top single like that is that it makes it so that the reps are like, the weight just feels so much easier. And I mean, it potentiates in some ways, but it literally just makes it feel a bit more lighter. I like it. I like it. I like your username, and then you have the gibberish. Unless that's your, yeah, I don't understand your username, how it's different like that. Let's see if I click on him. Yeah. Why is that your username? That's kind of a weird one. But I'm glad the CIA does approve of my squat. So I do appreciate that. All right. I guess the sets of 10 are going to do themselves. I really love sets of 10. They're really my favorite reps. You know, I always say the more reps, the happier I am. Why run a marathon when you can do a 3x10 back squat and hate your life just as much? Oh. The nice thing is you don't need hype music. You just need any music. Anything. No quiero hacer este. Try and load both sides. I am so smart. But yellow on the other side. You never know. All right, attempt number 2. I don't want to know if that was 10 or not. Felt like it. RP 10. I use fake weights because they don't weigh as much. I'm just a really good actor. Just get fat. Lift the same weights in a variety of locations. And don't do cardio, so anytime I do reps, I sound like I'm working harder than I actually am. So, you know, I appreciate you recognizing my game. Oh. Fake weights for sets of 10 are still difficult. Yeah, I think Anatoly could do 150. I don't know if he's doing a 220 back squat cold though, especially full depth. I'd actually be curious if I could do more than him on a deadlift without warming up. I feel like I would if I use straps, but I don't know. It's hard to tell because he doesn't really use real weights a lot of the time. So it's hard to tell what he does. But I think his oldest clip is like a 600 or something. Might be like a sumo with like 300 kilograms. I don't know. But it was like crazy wide sumo. So I don't know what he can do conventional. Certainly not as much, since sumo makes it a lot easier. I think the most I've done cold is 500 pounds. Or 495, something like that. Whatever. It was 5 plates. I don't know if it had 500 on it or it was just 5 plates. But I use straps too, because I like to cheat. Oh. Wow, I do not like sets of 10. My body's broken too. Mine too. This happens when you're 112 like I am. Alright. Otra vez. I hope this one feels a little bit better. Or I get hurt so I don't have to lift anymore. It's also a possibility. Would it be a bad one? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, oh. I should use fake weights for sure. Ah. I'm dead. I'm dying. I don't even know what you're trying to say, or even how to say your name. This is dangerous. You're right. I should just lift really, really small, light weights. Shouldn't get any stronger. Let's see. I don't know how you think my shoulders are uneven from this angle. Because maybe they are, I don't even know. Doing a set of 10. I don't know how much that's super important. Or if your language skills are lacking and you meant to say something different, but oh, don't come in here and talking smack. You're a surgeon? Well, you sound like a very stupid surgeon, so I'm glad you're not my doctor. Wouldn't let you in 100 yards with a scalpel. Do you squat? That's a real question. Well, that's probably why you're broken, Koala. That's not good evidence. You said your whole body hurts. And you can't lift heavy weights. It's probably because he was working on you. No, you can flex. What's your squat? How much weight can you do a squat like I did, a full depth squat? Doctor. I need wings so I can sell my car. Can you get him wings? Ada, can you get him some wings? So you can't do what I do, and then you want to say you don't want to flex. I don't understand how you say both of those statements. Saying you don't want to flex would imply that you're strong. But 150 is not a bad squat for anyone, but when you're talking smack, it's not very good. You're gonna get hurt. You must stop. Stop this man. He's doing a set of 10 in the back squat. Only thing that's gonna hurt is my lungs. Doctor, how do I recuperate my lungs better? I am surgeon. I do not squat. I do not understand squat. Yet you do danger squat. These Zercher squats. Why would I don't hate myself. I don't want to be blessed by you. You're not a priest. Get out of here. Get out of here. Well, yeah, it's because Adarsh is working on you. I'm sure everything's bad. He probably chopped your legs off and said, now you don't have to worry about hurting your knees squatting because they're not there. He probably gives you the same kind of medical advice I sarcastically give kids. They have cut on their finger. I say, you want me to chop it off? He probably just says, we're chopping it off. Can't hurt anymore. It's not there. Yeah, I probably won't get hurt squatting if I just stop squatting. That's his science. Sorry. Facts don't care about your feelings. If you don't lift weights, you won't get hurt lifting weights. It's actually impossible. Just like I'm not going to get hurt doing the high jump. I'm not going to get hurt, running a 40-yard dash. I don't do those things. But I guess statistically I'm more likely to get hurt doing a squat because I do them all the time. So, that's true. So our Dash did help you out with that. You get that free fast pass. Hopefully you left enough of your legs on so you could get strapped into the roller coasters. But yeah, I don't really believe that he's a surgeon if he's scrolling on YouTube Live. Shouldn't you be operating, doctor? I don't think he's a real doctor. A real doctor would tell me how much he squats. He's probably like a veterinarian, something that, not a real doctor. He just operates on animals. And that checks out though. You can't get if you stop breathing, not just lung cancer, literally any kind of cancer you can't get. Well, you can for about, 5 minutes until you're fully brain dead. But after that, literally impossible. The science checks out. Could be a cow doctor. Cows don't squat, so that's probably why he says that. Yeah, what kind of human doctor? Can't just say a human. I'm a surgeon. There's a million kinds of surgeon. This guy's not checking the boxes. I'm not going to this guy for surgery. If I show up and they're like, I see this dude's name, whatever's wrong with me, I'm leaving it in. Because it's safer than letting him operate. Imagine going to this guy, he's like, what kind of surgeon are you? A human one. Don't worry, I don't operate on cows anymore. I get humans now. I don't trust this man as far as I could throw him. And, I'm assuming that he just... No, I'm not able to throw him long. I don't know if he's skinny. He still doesn't say it. He probably is. Which is nothing wrong with that, but if a foot doctor tells me not to squat, I'm probably not going to really respond to his expertise. I bet I can guarantee that wasn't Ardarsh that was in there. I can guarantee that. That guy's afraid of back squats. Watch me hurt myself. I'm gonna try to stop myself right now. Can I do it? Oh. Maybe everything will explode simultaneously. Then Ardarsh can cut off my legs and I can go get a fast pass as well. Ah! 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 And died. It's over. It's all over. Ah! Why would I want to spot her? Well, that's probably not good to do. I don't take steroids though, so I don't need to worry about taking weights off. My lungs hurt. Oh. No, I like my organs feeling good. I'd be lifting a lot more if I was. No. Whew. I'm trying to be. So I'm doing set to 10. That was my last one though. I'm just waiting till my body stops telling me to stop lifting and I can set up the blocks for push press. Fiji. Oh. The set was like a normal hard, but it was literally just my nose started to get runny, which is annoying, but the cardio, oh, by far the hardest part. And that's not fun at all. Oh. Oh. You'd probably just chop off all your limbs. All right, I need to go blow my nose. Boogers. think he left you. Oh, I hate these blocks. I don't think if you have mental health issues, you should be doing steroids. Sounds like the dumbest thing you could do, to be honest. It just... doesn't matter how strong you are. It just matters that you're progressing. Right, you just need to start exercising. Sound like a drug addict. I just need it. You can train without drugs. It's not that hard. You just have to not have such a big ego about what. You just said you can't train heavy. So just go exercise. You don't have to train heavy to exercise. But if you have mental health issues, the last thing you need to do are anabolics. Yeah, I don't know. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. No toma drogas. Ow. Oh, these things are so obnoxious. Ugh. Weights are too heavy. I hope you feel better, friend. Have a good one. Hoo-ah.